Well, everyone, the religion of peace showing us yet again why they should never have been called the religion of peace in the first place. And if anyone says, hey, I'm part of the religion of peace, I would run in the other direction because if you have to say that your religion is one of peace, I guarantee you it's anything of the sort, right? Now, this next story, the ABC decided to sit on it for 2 years, and now the mainstream media is in current crisis management mode because why in the world would you decide to sit on this story for 2 years and only release it yesterday? Now, this story is quite horrific. It's quite tragic. And I'm pretty sure many of you, after you've heard this story, if you haven't already, will be absolutely disgusted, as I was. And I'm not going to show you any of the videos because they are brutal, they are disgusting, and I don't wish this on any person, no matter how they decide to swing in the bedroom at all. Even though I disagree with how they swing in the bedroom, that doesn't mean that they are less human, right, than anyone else. Okay. So, in case you guys haven't heard this story, so Muslim youth extremists linked to the underground ISIS networks in Sydney have begun hunting down, bashing, and torturing young gay Australians on video. And as Drew Pavlo said, we need mass deportations, but I don't think that's ever going to happen, mate. And not unless Pauline Hanson gets elected, which she's currently leading in the polls, which is amazing. And Anthony Albanese's freaking the heck out because he knows that he's royally messed up, right? Him and Ding Dong Wong and Tony Burke are massively compromised. And Australians are fed up, man. They are fed up with the Islam taking over the West. They're fed up with mass immigration, not immigration, mass immigration. People that come here that don't share our same values, man. Now you have these young kids that are being radicalized in Australia. Guess where they're coming from? Usually Lakemba, where the biggest mosque is. You have all these hate preachers in Australia. They don't get investigated at all. Not at all. Now Anthony Albanese and his dingbat posse of Ding Dong Wong and Tony Burka have decided that they can't do anything about the ISIS brides coming in. Guess what? They're coming to Australia. They're coming to a city near you in Sydney and in Melbourne. How about that, right? That's all we need. More terrorist supporting lovers in this country when we've already got mass problems already with the youth, the Muslim youth, because now they are hunting down, bashing and torturing young gay Australians on video. Now, I don't think you'd see Christians going around hunting down, bashing. While I disagree with people being gay, the way they swing in the bedroom, it doesn't mean that I'm going to go out of my way hunting them down and letting them know that I hate their guts and I'm going to beat the living crap out of them because they have chosen to be gay, right? So, like, these people are sick, they're twisted, and they need to get the hell out of Australia because we don't tolerate any of this sort of stuff at all. I mean, you look at this and you're going, isn't it the gay, the pro-Palestinian nut jobs or the queers of Palestine? Aren't they siding with the Muslim community at the moment? And now you've got the Muslim community that are showing their true colors. Like, this is Islam. Like, the gay community need to wake the heck up and realize this is Islam. Probably not a good idea to latch your wagon to Palestine or latch your wagon to Islam, because what you are starting to see at the moment is how Islam is really carried out. This is, in fact, what's in the Quran. They hate gay people and they tell Muslims, infidels, anyone that disagrees with them, anyone that disagrees with Sharia, go after them, hunt them down, kill them, don't take them as a friend. If you don't believe me, go and look up the Quran for yourself. These systemic coordinated attacks came out of the same underground ISIS network that produced the Bondi terrorist attack and the ISIS stabbing of Christian priest Bishop Mari Emanuel. And you don't say that we have a problem here in Australia, eh, Albo? You think that Pauline Hanson is really the dark force in Australia, but not this. No, this completely goes under your radar, doesn't it? Because Tony Burka is this is electorate. Tony Burker is compromised. And so are you, Albo. Stop lying to all of our faces, because this is what Islam is all about. But no, the mainstream media tried to hide this story, and I haven't seen the Prime Minister say anything about this. You know, it's interesting because you have the radical left that are becoming the useful idiots of Islam. See, the Muslims will use the radical left. They've done that for many, many years, right? And even in the past, they don't even agree with any of the policies of the left, but they know that the radical left are incredibly stupid and they can just use psychological jihad, and the radical left will just give over to the Muslims' whims. This is how it works. Whereas the right understand what Islam is all about, and they don't want anyone that is associating with Islam in a position of power. Like what you're seeing in America at the moment. They understand that Islam is not compatible with the West. Islam is not compatible with Christian values either. And it's no wonder that unfortunately, we're getting these radicalized youth that claim to be Muslim that are going out of their way to hunt down, bash, and torture young gay kids in Australia. You know what happens if you go over to Gaza and you happen to be gay, or you call yourself trans, or whatever, you're part of the Rainbow Alphabet Mafia, right? Well, your Rainbow Alphabet Mafia doesn't stand a chance against an actual terrorist organization. Good luck. They'll end up throwing you off a building, right? So you fall to your death, a very painful death, right? So in one video, the gang forces a different 16-year-old into a toilet block and repeatedly punches him while calling him the slur, the F1, and a kafir, or non-believer. Blood runs down his face as he begs, "I'll do anything." A third clip shows a boy in a crop top lying silent on the grass, his hands shielding his face as he's repeatedly stomped on and called a gay dog, while one attacker shouts, Dawlatul Islam, Arabic for Islamic State. How about that, man? 5 teenagers have so far been convicted over the bashings. Several of them congregated around Wasim Haddad's radical Bankstown prayer hall, Al Medina Dawah Center. Police evidence connected members of the group to 2 Australians' most influential pro-ISIS figures, spiritual leader, that's an ironic term, isn't it? Spiritual leader, Wasim Haddad, and alleged youth recruiter Wasim Fayyad. Wasim Haddad has delivered violent anti-Semitic and homophobic lectures at Al Medina Dawah Center, describing homosexuality as punishable by death under Islamic State law. Look no further to Iran, ladies and gentlemen. Look no further to Afghanistan. Look no further to any Muslim country in the Middle East, right? Any Muslim country in the Middle East, if you have LGBT whatever there, you're doomed. But oh no, the radical left dingbats have got absolutely no clue that Islam is not their friend. Islam is their enemy. And now they end up, sadly, paying the price. Now, I do understand that this happened according to the ABC 2 years ago, so they've sat on this story for a very long time. Gee, I wonder why. You know, your tax dollars are going to a cause that's incredibly biased, right? And I'm glad that the story actually has seen the light of day, though, because otherwise we would never have known, right? I mean, these sort of things, they do happen. We're not stupid, but they want us to think that we're stupid, right? That's the gaslighting talking. But we know this stuff goes on time and time and time again. It's not uncommon, unfortunately. And guess why that is? Because we have weak, spineless leaders that are so corrupt and are being used by Islam or Muslims that believe in Islam, and it's just becoming a utopia for them. It's becoming a utopia for Muslims. They're taking over, man. And guess what? Australia's opened our border to them. Albo's like, come on in. We're a multicultural society. You end up bringing these people in with their problems. We're going to have problems too. Their problems. So, hell no. When police arrested one of the teenage Muslim extremists involved in the attacks, they found chat logs suggesting the attacks have been underway for at least 10 months. In May 2023, he conspired in messages with a friend to lure, bash, and rob gay young people who he described as kafir dogs or non-believers. We keep doing this to gay, you know what, on Wiz Sick, he wrote. Wallah, me gonna make a living off this. We make them pay or we roll them. His friend wrote, we don't get sins for it since they're gay. Oh, yeah, in Islam, I forgot. If you kill a gay person, it's not a sin. You know? Like, this is Islam. You compare Islam to Christianity, and everyone's going, oh, but Christians, they hate gay people. We don't hate gay people. We hate the sin. The difference. You hate the sin, love the person. Major distinction. Islam, nah. Hate the person, kill the person. Because it's really the person's fault. You know, they don't believe in sin, as far as I'm aware. And in fact, I'm just going to, you know, I'm going to kill someone and be absolved of it because a person is, according to Allah, not doing the right thing, or according to the Quran, not doing the right thing. So their life is not valuable now because they're a kafir, a non-believer. One video leaked from an Australian chat group shows a bloodied victim held in a headlock as attackers yell, Islamic State lives, demand money and pay for his killing. Another 20-year-old university student was kicked unconscious in an attack. The attacker stomped on his head and left him for dead. He suffered permanent facial injuries in April 2025. A 17-year-old boy pleaded guilty to aggravated robbery over the bashing, but walked free on 9 months probation with no conviction recorded. Now, these people have either got fantastic lawyers or we have some of the most corrupt judges on the face of the earth presiding. That's what I think. Claire Lenneman goes, buried halfway through this news report is an acknowledgement that ABC News has known about Muslim youth attacking gay teenagers via Grindr, but have waited 2 years to report on it. There you have it, guys. We've known about this for 2 years. We've waited such a long time. And where are the queers of Palestine? You know, where are the radical leftists? Hey, isn't it your members that are getting beaten up by Muslims? See, this is what happens when you latch on to a cause that doesn't align with you, that hates your guts and wants you dead. Because you end up not being able to do anything if anything happens to you, right? They're going to come after you and they actually want you dead. That's quite clear. And all you can do is, well, nothing. Just because you've attached yourself to a cause that you have no alignment with at all. You think that you do, but you got no alignment. So good luck, I say. Good luck indeed. Like it's you. These Muslims committed an actual, what you would call homophobic attack, if you want to believe that's a real thing. They committed an actual hate crime. And yet some of them are roaming free. Like you either fix this society of all the problems, which we're not doing, it's going to get even worse. And they want to gaslight us all and say that we're really the problem for calling this out. Or you lay the blame elsewhere. That's what they always do. They lay the blame to someone else. There's no accountability. Corruption reigns supreme. And meanwhile, innocent people end up getting hurt. Anyway, that's enough from me, but you guys take care, be blessed, and I'll see you all in the next video.